We all have routines. I'm Jabron, and with diabetes, mine was finger sticks. Sometimes I skip them because they hurt. The Freestyle Libre 3CGM changed that. It gives me glucose insights without finger sticks. Learn more at freestylelibre.us.
Finger sticks are required if your glucose alarms or readings do not match symptoms, or when you see check blood glucose symbol for the first 12 hours. The views expressed should not be used for medical diagnosis or treatment as a substitute for professional medical advice. Individual circumstances may vary. For prescription only. Safety info found at freestylelibre.us.
All right, DJ and PK. PK's on vacation. Ready to talk college football and a concert of his own. Ron McBride.
What's up, David?
Former football coach at Utah and Weber State. Ronnie Mac, how are you?
Good. I'm well.
You are well.
I am very well.
All right, Mac, we promised people a little concert talk, but also a little football talk. So a little BYU and a little Utah while we're here as well, and we'll keep talking about the concert. Mac's going to be in studio here for a while. I've been reading preseason previews from the national people after the Big 12 media days and all that. You are, despite you're known as a Utah man, and you've been featured at multiple Utah games, awards, ovations washing over you. A lot of the guys who either played for you or coached for you or both have found their way onto the staff at BYU.
That's exactly right.
The irony of going down to BYU and seeing you in a golf cart at BYU practice, I mean, Lavelle Edwards is somewhere laughing his head off. I knew we'd get him one day.
Yeah.
So the question I constantly see about BYU, people are very complimentary about the team and the prospects, which I believe you are very upbeat on the team and the prospects. But the position group that they question most is the receiver group.
Right.
How much faith do you have? I mean, it's obvious it's an unproven group, right? I mean, there just isn't the returning production. They have a couple of returning guys. Maybe they're ready to step into a bigger role. They have transfers coming in. Maybe they're ready to step into a bigger role.
Right.
What's your level of expectation, your level of faith?
Well, I think that the couple of spring practices that I went to.
let me just enjoy that.
Yeah. So
all right, go ahead.
I thought that the quarterback was great. The receivers, you know, he made it look pretty easy. You know, the quarterback did it on those couple of days, and he was hitting he was anticipating the receivers' breaks, and he was throwing the ball to a spot before they even made a break, and the timing appeared to be very good. I don't think the receivers are great. I think they're okay. I think they're good. I think they're solid, but I didn't see a guy that just really excited me. The starting running back I love. I think they're going to have a couple of really good runners. Their team speed, I think, is excellent, particularly on defense. I think they run extremely well.
Do you believe, just as a general, not specific to BYU's case, but just general in football, to what degree does the quarterback make the receivers, and to what degree do receivers make the quarterback?
Well, if you got some, oh my God, receivers, you know, guys that.
If you have Randy Moss.
Yeah.
Right.
If you got those guys, so those guys are going to make plays with the ball, and they can. You know, they can man coverage, they can blow by, you know, and do things and make the big play. I don't see a guy like that down at this point, but I see guys who run good routes, guys that catch the ball, guys that know how to finish. Mm-hmm. But is there a speed guy out there that you say, oh my God, that guy's impossible to cover? But I think there's a good communication between the quarterback and the receivers, and I think the offensive line is I mean, this kid gets rid of the ball quickly, so he doesn't hold on to the football. So their timing as far as getting the ball out on time, him not holding on to the football, him knowing where to go with the ball, I think is very good.
So this is why quarterback is called the most important individual position in a team sport. is because you believe Bear Bachmeier's decision-making is going to make the offensive line better, so they don't have to hold their blocks as long.
Right.
And he's going to make the receivers better because he's going to correctly anticipate who's coming open. And receivers who might have a problem getting open will get the ball when they get open. None of those opportunities will be wasted.
Yeah. So he's now, I don't know how good the second guy is. You know, I mean, he took a lot of reps when I was there. Yeah. But I think there was a big difference between the 1 and 2.
Well, I mean, that is generally the case in college football these days because the guys who are good enough to be starters generally aren't content with being a backup and can find some place that wants them. I mean, we're seeing quarterbacks on their 3rd and 4th school.
Oh, yeah, absolutely,
So if they can get something out of Bourget, and if, you know, I mean, he's an older, experienced kid. You know, he's a redshirt senior, so.
Right. Well, yeah, he's been.
Hopefully, he's got enough reps that he can give him
something. He's
something.
been in the system. He knows it, you know. But I think Bachmeier is kind of in his own league. I think the guy's a very special player.
And the defense, even with Jay Hill, who recruited Jay Hill at the U?
We did. I did.
That was during the Ronnie Mack era.
Yeah.
Kyle was your defensive coordinator.
Yeah. And it went down between us and BYU.
He was a Rick's College JC transfer.
Right.
Yeah.
And for some reason, you know, they were BYU people. You know, his parents and expect him to go to BYU, but it just it seemed like we probably paid more attention to him than they did, and we appeared, I think, that we wanted him more than what they, you know, he maybe wasn't a priority for them, and he was a priority for us.
So you build a relationship with Jay Hill. Obviously, you both coached at Weber State as head coaches.
Right.
You both take Weber State to the NCAA playoffs.
Right.
You've got multiple ties. How close are you staying in touch with him at Michigan?
Good. In fact, I just got a text from Jay last week, and basically he just said how much he appreciated, you know, me, whatever I did to help him along the way, and he's got a great story. You know, his wife struggled with cancer, and she worked her way through it, and they got a great family, you know, but I'm proud of Jay because he wasn't afraid to make moves. You know, he was in his own comfort zone when he was at Utah, and he did an incredible job at Weber.
Yep.
And then, but he left Weber at the right time to take the
BYU job.
The BYU job because he went down to BYU at the right time, and then he created a really good defensive scheme down there, and they recruited to the scheme, and then they brought Gary down there, and they brought Chad down there. You know, they did a lot to help themselves, and I think Gary's input I think is huge down there.
Yeah, Gary Anderson.
Yeah. And
that's another U guy. That's a big time U guy right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So,
He played. Were you the line coach when he played?
I was his.
You were his position coach?
I was his position coach, and Gary from day one, you knew that he was going to be a football coach because that's just what he was all about, and you kind of knew that he was going to do really good things, and then Chad was. When I took the Weber job, he's the first guy I got in contact with. He was over in Maui at that time, was the head coach at Baldwin High School, but he was the kind of personality that we needed at Weaver for the players, because he was a personality player. And so Chad, and that was a hard thing for him because he was pretty well set with family and everything in Maui, but he's really done a great job with his career. He's been some really good places, and he's established himself.
Were you surprised when Jay Hill went to Michigan, or when you heard Kyle was going to Michigan, did you assume Jay would follow? And you have a unique perspective on Michigan because part of your career you were coaching at Wisconsin.
Right.
You were on the staff at Wisconsin. Actually, you have a Michigan story you have to tell.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just a great story. It's like one of the top 2 or 3 stories. So were you surprised, or did you think it was an automatic?
Well,
that Michigan's such an opportunity?
Well, when I looked at who they were talking to,
mm-hmm.
and I spent that first spring that Harbaugh was there at Michigan, and I'm kind of looking at it, and then and Michigan's kind of set in their ways because they like Michigan people to be in charge of their program, but it just seemed to me that when you look at the people that they were interviewing and the people that could have success there, to me, Kyle was the right fit,
mm-hmm.
because of his background and what he's done, and the fact that he has his own people that he could bring.
So was Jay an automatic then in your mind?
I think that Jay was an important part of it.
Yeah.
And I think that I was a little bit surprised, but I think that for Jay's career, I think that was a good move because Kalani has a long-term contract at BYU. So I don't think that Kalani's going to be stepping down anytime soon. So I think that Jay went at the right time, and fortunately for everybody, Kyle was able to kind of got rid of some of the Michigan standbys and created his own people.
Yeah.
And then the people that he kept at Michigan were the obvious people that he should keep. So I think that he's done a good job. He got his two weight room guys. He's got his offensive line coach, his offensive coordinator, his defensive coordinator, defensive line coach. So, he bought a lot of people that are loyal to him, and then he took some players from Utah that are very loyal to him. So, and it looks like they've recruited extremely well. So,
so if I say Michigan goes 10-2, do you think that's? Am I going too high with that prediction?
No, I think that's about right.
Yeah.
I think that they'll be,
That is what I said in a newsroom debate, and I got to admit it was a little off the cuff.
But
I can't back off it now, I just want to hear.
But I think that just looking, I get these little blurbs on my phone every day about Michigan football.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at the guys that they've recruited, the guys that have committed to them, and you look at they've basically, I think, covered their needs, and I think covered their future to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Michigan can be really hard on a non-Michigan guy. So
ask Rich Rodriguez, right?
Well, there's been a couple, So but Kyle kind of fits what they need. And now, so they let the athletic director go.
Yep.
So, so the new athletic director, Kyle won't be the guy that he hired. I mean,
Yeah.
So then
That's all. That can get a little dicey
Well,
if things aren't going well. It can get dicey fast.
well, yeah, it can't because the new AD is going to come in with expectations, and so and we'll see. It'll be interesting to see how far they go away from the Michigan family to hire an AD. So traditionally, they'll hire somebody with huge Michigan ties.
The basketball coach is on a shorter leash than Kyle. I mean, he only has like a 2-year contract,
Yeah.
whereas Kyle's got multi-year guaranteed, money locked in. I mean, he's signed into the next decade.
Well, Kyle's no dummy was as
He had leverage.
as far as contracts and how the contract reads and guarantees, and so he was what they needed at the time, and they weren't afraid to pay for it.
No shortage of money at Michigan. A little shortage of money for after-school programs in the state of Utah. We're actually seeing some cuts in government money going to after-school programs, so more need than ever for private donations and foundations.
Oh, yeah.
You can help support the Ron McBride Foundation. How many schools are you helping this year?
42.
42 schools spread across 1, 2, 5, 7 districts.
Yeah,
7 school districts.
Yeah.
All right. So if you want to help out, all you have to do is go to the concert. The Head and the Heart, coming up the 22nd of August in Sandy. It'll be the Sandy
Amphitheater, right.
Right. Get your tickets at Ron McBride Foundation, online at the ronmcbridefoundation.org.
And then we have a couple of backup bands,
Opening acts?
Yeah,
All right.
we have the Little Moon coming out of Springville, Utah, which is a folk rock band, and then we have Noah Rinker is another one, and these are both very good bands. They're excellent.
All right, ronmcbridefoundation.org. We got to take a break. More football. We'll talk some Ute football with Matt coming up, and he's also got a Michigan story. Alex, you're not going to believe this. You're from a time, there's video and there's replays. You're not going to believe this story and the name dropping he's about to do. We'll get to that next. Stay with us.
Make game day yours. Tickets, food and drinks, stats, and streaming. Everything you need is in the Utah Mammoth app. Download today and make game night easy. Download on both Android and iPhone. Tusk Top.